Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. For those of you who decided to remain, today's reading will be on the topic of the next 30 days in love, what's coming. This is a reading for singles and people in relationships. So you have 4 piles to choose from left to right, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So in love for the next 30 days, someone you stop talking to is going to be texting you or calling you. I feel like recently you got into some argument or some disagreement with, I'm assuming, your romantic partner, because this is a love reading. And you probably broke up with them. You guys were probably dating and you guys broke up. I feel like you guys broke up because you learned something or you saw something that made you believe that this person was not telling the truth, that they were lying to you, or that they weren't serious about the relationship, or even potentially that they were cheating on you and seeing someone else. Maybe you found out that they were talking too much to their coworker or some other friend, or you found out that they went to a certain, bar or establishment when they said that they weren't going there, or that they were somewhere where they said that they wouldn't be, or that they said that they weren't, and then you found out that they were there. Or some of you just had some sort of disagreement, like you guys just argued over something and you just said, you know what, that's enough, and you guys just haven't been texting each other for a while. Like it could be just a couple days or it could be a couple of weeks. I'm not really seeing longer than that, but of course this is a general reading. So this person's going to be texting you. I feel like you've been ignoring them. They probably have been trying to get in contact with you from time to time, but they too have needed a bit of a break. But you seem to be the instigator in this, the person who decided that you wanted to break up or take a break or just stop talking to this person because of some information that you thought you found or some thoughts that you had about the way the relationship was going. So this person is going to text you or call you, like I said, and you're finally going to pick up and answer. You guys are going to have a long discussion about what truly happened, and you're going to really realize that what you thought was happening was not really what was happening. It's like this is coming off like you thought they were talking to someone else when in reality they were really just talking to them for leisurely purposes. They weren't actually trying to get with that person. Or you guys had some arguments and it was some sort of misunderstanding, and you guys are going to come together and talk about it, and you're going to give your side and how it made you feel, what they said and what they did, and they're going to give their side of what you did and how it made them feel and what they were trying to accomplish by the things that they did and said, and you guys are going to come to an agreement, and you're going to reconcile. A lot of you, I feel like this argument has been going on for a while, especially with this never-ending story card here. It's like it's really coming off as you guys, I'm having two senses about this. One, I'm sensing that some of you, you guys frequently argue, whether it's about the same thing or just arguing in general. And the other group of you, I'm having a sense where you have a tendency to catastrophize and expect dishonesty and perhaps infidelity from your romantic partner because of what has happened to you in the past. So you're projecting this on this person, and you have a tendency to jump to conclusions. And whatever it is that you saw or read or heard that made you break up with this person or separate, You have a tendency to leap to conclusions without getting the full story. So there was just some argument that happened as a result of this. You're going to be very grateful within the next 30 days here that you two were able to reconcile. And you're also going to be very grateful that you're able to get to the bottom of what is causing these issues, because with this void card, and like I said previously, I'm seeing a tendency of you jumping to conclusions and catastrophizing and expecting the worst from your romantic partner, because you probably have had bad experiences either to yourself, or maybe it was your parents. You saw, some shady things going on, or maybe it's even you just see some shady behavior happening with other people's relationship around you, and you don't want that for yourself. So you're very, very on the defense. I feel like that's what it is for most of you guys. Others of you, it's not really being on the defense thinking that someone is lying to you or cheating on you, but it's being on the defense and blowing things out of proportion with regards to any little, it might be particular things that they do, like maybe not cleaning up after themselves or not responding to your text messages right away. And it's not that you're necessarily thinking, for some of you, like I said, this is for some of you, it's not that you're necessarily thinking that they are cheating when they do this, when they take long to respond to your messages or something, or when they say they were going to clean the house when you're out at work and you come home, it's still dirty and you feel like, oh, maybe they had someone else over. Some of you, it's that, but others of you, it's not that. It's just that this person is not meeting your love language, and you're seeing it as an affront. Whatever that they're not doing, maybe they're not taking you out on dates anymore or something. Whatever it is that they're not doing or that they're doing that's pissing you off, you're seeing it as a huge disrespect, more than it actually is, more than they intend it to be. I was listening to a podcast like not that long ago, maybe a week and a half ago, an episode of one, and one of the hosts related a story where she told her therapist that, when they were reviewing that book, the love languages, the 5 love languages. And she was relating a story where she told her therapist, when my boyfriend doesn't, or my husband, I can't remember, when he doesn't change the toilet paper, I mean, he could just he might as well just be smearing shit all over the walls and saying, fuck you. And the therapist was like, not everyone thinks that not changing the toilet paper means F you and smearing shit all over the walls. And she's like, really? Because her love language, after they took the test, was acts of service. So for her, not doing simple things like that should be done, was just hugely disrespectful. So I feel like for a good chunk of you guys, it's something to do with this. Something that they're doing, something about their personality, the way that they operate is clashing with your personality and is clashing potentially with your love language. And you're seeing it as a huge affront. So you guys are going to have some sort of conversation about this. An in-depth discussion, and you two are going to grow from it with this growth card here. Definitely there's going to be a growth happening in this relationship, and you guys are going to be able to see eye to eye. The relationship is going to be more balanced here with this card, and I'm also seeing maybe a distribution of chores or tasks or something with that balance card. It's like, maybe he expected that you would do most of the housework or something, but you're just like, I work full-time just like you. Why on earth do I have to do most of the housework or most of the cooking? Because I'm the woman. There's some sort of balancing here that's happening with that's going to happen in the next 30 days with tasks, with expectations of each other, with a balancing of conversation I'm hearing. Like maybe someone wasn't opening up enough, either you or your partner, or both of you, especially you, because with this thinker card here, it's like you spend most of your time thinking and ruminating over things and less time actually expressing these things out loud to your partner. So there's going to be more of a balancing happening. You're going to grow from this, and you're going to express yourself more to your partner, and he or she is going to be able to understand where you're coming from much more. And it could also be your partner as well. Maybe he or she doesn't really express themselves very well, and you guys are going to come to some sort of understanding, some more of a harmonious balancing in this relationship. So I'm just going to cast some more cards just to see if just to close out your reading, to see if there's anything else that wants to come through. So I had that Y card sort of pop out, but it went back in. So definitely there's going to be a lot of questioning. You guys are going to have in-depth conversation. You're going to be questioning yourself, why you react certain ways, and you're going to be questioning them about why they do certain things or don't do certain things. And we have this milk and honey card. So this is very auspicious. You guys are coming back together. If someone had to move out of the house because someone got kicked out of the house, if you guys live together, they're going to be moving back in. The relationship is going to be better off this time around than it was last time around. Last time around, you know, there was no, the communication wasn't that great. And I'm seeing much more harmony happening. You're going to be, both of you are going to be much more accepting of each other's flaws and personality quirks. Both of you are going to be much more understanding and accepting of each other's personality quirks and flaws and ways of operating. Whereas previously, I feel like one of you were trying to perhaps change the other to fit your ideal person expectations, your expectations for an ideal mate. And you're going to release most of those expectations. It's not that you're going to be lowering your bar, your standards, is that you guys are going to be understanding that everyone's different and everyone is not meant to be the same, and you're going to be able to, you're going to come to accept and appreciate some quirks and differences that your partner has to you. And the last two cards, time for a nap, and we also have the Observer. And with these two, I'm seeing again just a putting to rest some expectations that you had of this person, or some ideas that you had of romantic partners in general. Like some of you, like I said, you sort of expect that if if your boyfriend or girlfriend doesn't text you back within a certain amount of time, that he or she is probably with someone else or doing something that he or she is not supposed to be doing. Some of you really have this tendency to think like this, and I see you putting to rest some of these thoughts, these ways of thinking. Okay. So those are the messages I have for you. I hope that resonated and I hope that helped you. Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. So your love reading for the next 30 days. Before placing the cards, I had a vision of a crab emerging from water onto the beach. So right away, some of you are water signs. especially Cancer, Pisces in second place, and potentially Scorpio. But it doesn't have to be. What this is symbolizing is that all of you have been going through a period of rest and rejuvenation, a period of healing, lots and lots of healing. In the past, you have had lots of disappointments and heartbreaks in relationships, and you have been single for a while. If you are currently not single, you probably picked the wrong pal. You guys have been taking time for yourself, taking time to heal yourself, heal your heart, heal your mind, even from all these negative thoughts that you have about potential romantic partners. Um, and you really have been healing your heart and healing the past as well. You are very recently just beginning to get ready to enter back into the dating scene. For a while, you've been like in hermit mode, healing, like I said, single and very happily single. You had to create better boundaries around your what you will accept and what you won't accept from a romantic partner. With this boundaries card here, I'm seeing that a lot of you guys had very loose boundaries before. Not loose morals, but loose boundaries, which is why you're coming off heavily as a water sign, because water tends to mold itself to the environment around it, and water tends to get carried away by a lot of wind. So unless water freezes, it's very malleable, especially if you're Cancer or Pisces. Scorpios tend to be a bit more fixed because it's a fixed sign, but even still, with that water aspect, when water signs are in relationships, they tend to give their all, give a lot of love to the other person, expecting a reciprocity, and the other person may not be emotionally there at the level of that water sign to be able to reciprocate at their level. And I feel like this lack of reciprocity has caused issues in the past. You've gotten into relationships with people who were not emotionally available or who were not emotionally stable, not emotionally advanced, definitely not at your level. And this definitely caused you to get hurt. So what you've been doing for the last several months, it looks like at least, is focusing on yourself with the self-love card here and fixing the boundary issues that you had previously. And now if someone were to come, and you're just starting to realize this now, that if someone were to come now and attempt to treat you the way that your ex did or some of your other exes did, it would absolutely not fly. They would not get an inch. They would not get an inch. Some of the abhorrent things that your exes did or said to you that they were able to get away with, this any new person trying to come into your life to even attempt such nonsense would barely get their foot through the door. They would have the door slammed in their face by you almost immediately. So you really learned over these past several months to create better boundaries, create stronger boundaries. And another thing I'm seeing with that boundaries card is that you initially created a shield, a wall around your heart space to keep out potential partners because you were tired of people draining your energy. You guys are highly empathic. So again, if you're not a water sign, you guys are really empathic, all of you. People were leeching your energy, and this extends beyond romantic partners. Even friends can leech your energy, jobs can leech your energy, family can leech your energy. So keep that in mind. That's a separate reading, but just keep it in mind. So your people were draining your energy, specifically romantic partners, and you had to recuperate. It took you a while to recuperate. You were positively drained. Some of you guys have a tendency to be attracted to specific men, I'm seeing, but also it could be women who need help. They're down and out in some manner, whether it's financially, emotionally, mentally, in some manner. Your romantic partners are lacking in some manner, and you tend to have a fixer upper type of personality. You could be a Virgo, heavy Cancer, Pisces, and even a little bit Virgo and a little bit of Scorpio here in this reading. You tend to want to fix people, and subconsciously you've been attracting mates who need fixing. Again, you being an empath, your aura just draws these people to you. Even without you trying to have these people come towards you, your aura used to just draw them towards you. And once they arrived, you couldn't turn them down because they needed your help. You may not have conceptualized as much in the conscious mind, but definitely this is what was happening in the subconscious. Definitely with this darkness card, I'm seeing a period, like I said, of separation from anything to do with romance and people, potential romantic partners. A lot of you guys have been focusing on your career, even your school, I'm hearing with this abundance card during this time. Others of you have also been focusing, in addition to that, on your family and your friends. They've been helping you through this period because, again, with this community card and this abundance, a lot of you guys have a good, strong group of, you know what? And I don't know if you can hear that annoying noise coming from outside, but I think it's like a street cleaner like machine. And this is symbolic again. A lot of cleaning and cleansing has been happening for you guys. So back to the reading. Some of you guys have a good amount, a strong foundation of friends or family around you who've been helping you. And you've been focusing on them, focusing on your career as well, and even school for some of you. So what I see happening, I want to cast some more cards to see if this is going to happen within the next 30 days. This because they came out, I want to say that this is going to happen within the next 30 days, but there's something about the energy of these last two cards that feels like it's stretching a bit beyond. Not just its position, but there's something, its position and coupled with the energy of it, it seems to be a little bit more future. But what is coming before I cast some more cards? And also it could be because this is a general reading. And timing, again, timing is not fixed in stone. A lot of people think that timing is fixed in stone, but as soon as you begin working with divination tools, and trying to pinpoint timing, you soon realize that the future isn't as set in stone as you think it is. So you may be thinking, okay, in 30 days, am I, for example, going to get this job? Or am I going to, or when am I going to get this job? When am I going to meet my soulmate? And you're expecting like January of 2022. Or you're expecting, when am I going to get this job? You're going to get it in August of 2021. Furthermore, it's going to be on the 7th of the month. Like, you know what I mean? Timing in real life, it's really, really mutable. It's very mutable, and you soon learn that as soon as you start trying to maybe contract out psychics or work with your own divination tools to pinpoint timings for anything in your life. So I feel like that's another reason why this energy is feeling a little hazy for these last two cards. But another reason could be because this is a general reading, and some of you will have a new romantic partner coming in within the next 30 days, but near the end of it, and others of you, this is going to stretch beyond it. So I will cast a little bit later to see if I can pinpoint it. However, to explain what's going on here, definitely you guys are starting to attract better people who are much more in alignment with you, people who are actually loyal. I feel like you're romantic partners in the past probably all cheated on you, and all of them lied to you. At least all of them were like, what's that word? Pathological liars, all of them. If they weren't serial cheaters on top of it, if they weren't narcissists on top of it, they were all pathological liars. Very just, they couldn't be trusted, the people in your past. And what you have coming towards you at some point is, and I don't feel like this is super far away, but like I said, it may not be within the next 30 days, but I see someone who is more in alignment with you, and someone who's actually loyal, and someone who doesn't lie. You may have believed that all men lie like that, all men cheat like that, or all women do that. And you're, during this period of healing, you're slowly starting to realize that actually there are better people out there. And I need to again reiterate this boundary and the self-love card here, because remember what I said about you previously attracting energy vampires because you're highly empathic, like just your aura was attracting these people even if you weren't consciously trying to. Now you've essentially fixed your aura. It may not be perfect, it probably isn't perfect, but like I said, if these people, same types of people like your exes do come through, they wouldn't even get a foot in the door anymore. And on top of that, I am seeing that these people will not even be attracted to you anymore. You will not be like they'll find you cute or whatever. I mean, you're not going to energetically draw these people to you anymore because of all this self-love work, this hermit work, this work on your boundaries that you've been doing in the darkness and in being single for the last several months. I am seeing a repair of your auric field. And I promise you, you are not any longer attracting the same types of losers that you were attracting before this period of being single and isolation and healing. It's like impossible now. It's energetically impossible. And even if some of them do slip through, like I said, you are ready for them and they wouldn't get very far. So now I'm seeing that you are mostly repaired and able to attract people of higher caliber. These are romantic partners who are stable, who don't have a lot of things to fix. They're not ex-convicts. They're not narcissists or covert narcissists, especially because I don't feel like you guys would go for the grandeur narcissists. They're not pathological liars. They're not serial cheaters. They're not bums. The people you are able to attract now are of a much higher caliber. If you look closely at this Loyal Hearts card, we have two people, or two owls with crowns on their head. Previously, the people you were attracting would not even be able to sit in the same room with royalty. And the people that you're able to attract now after all this healing are people who can indeed sit in the same room with royalty. Hypothetically, they could. They're established, they are stable, emotionally stable, financially established as well. They don't have a long criminal record. They are emotionally available. And it's night and day, the difference between the people you were attracting previously and the people who are coming through. So I'm just going to cast some cards to see if I can maybe pinpoint a little bit of these last two, but don't get your hopes up, because like I explained before, timing is very mutable, and especially with a group like this, it really depends on how much healing work that you do, and until this person can come in, because you're probably not 100% healed, but I feel like you've definitely done the majority of it. You guys are all at least 70%. All of you are at the minimum of 70% healed from the nonsense that occurred with your ex and exes. And it depends on what percentage you would need to get at in order for this new high caliber romantic partner to be able to come into your life. I couldn't tell you, and plus I couldn't tell you exactly how long it would take for you to attain the remaining percentage. But believe me, you are definitely getting there. So we have this chop wood. With that, I'm automatically seeing that it's going to happen pretty soon. I'm seeing like, a lot of work being done in the spiritual realm as well as in the emotional realm and in the physical realm. And this is hard work that's being done, and it's very tangible work. So I feel like it's going to be in the 3D realm, in your reality, much sooner than you would have thought. I'm going to put these over here. Even though I'm trying to clarify these last two, I'm just going to put them here. We have this Time to Go card by the book. If some of you are still partially in contact with some ex, you need to block their number. If you're still somehow not romantically, financially tied to an ex, or if you see them frequently, some of you, they go to your school, or you may even work with them. I don't want to necessarily tell you to transfer schools or transfer programs or switch jobs just because of a person. But keep that in mind. Some of you, I saw that this person's still around you. If it's something that's easily fixable, like maybe you two go to the same gym, just switch gyms. You don't need to continue to be seeing this person. We have Message in a Bottle in reverse. Another thing I'm picking up again with this Time to Go card next to the chop wood is, again, that it's going to happen pretty soon. It's like you're walking there. Not in real life, but you're slowly getting there, but not slowly, but faster than you think. Like, if you see she's moving towards this door, and this door is where your soulmate is, or where this more loyal romantic partner is, and you're walking towards there. So you're definitely getting there. And again, here with this by the book, we have these elephants walking in a line. They're walking with purpose. They know where they're going, and they're definitely going to get there in no time at all. With this Message in a Bottle in reverse, anything that your intuition is telling you, or people are telling you, or psychics are telling you, or pick a cards are telling you to do when it comes to healing or cleaning up any loose ties you have to ex-romantic partners, I would highly take that advice. It could also be therapists. I would highly take that advice. And another thing I'm seeing from that is that you're going to see some signs and synchronicities very soon to the time that your new romantic partner shows up. There will be a lot of signs. Things will seem to flow in one direction. Your life will seem to appear to almost flow in one direction. And a lot of things will be happening in succession, and it will be rather rapid. So like maybe one day, I don't want to give examples because this is a general reading, but there's going to be a lot of things that happen in succession. Like, okay, let me just give an example. Like maybe one day your friend will say, hey, sign up for this. Or no, maybe your friend will send you a screenshot of some guy she's talking to on some dating app. And then she'll say, hey, you should sign up. And then you'll say, nah. And then like a week later, you'll get an ad for it because, they're like listening to us or reading our text messages or whatever. Or maybe it's just the universe, who knows? And then you'll say, maybe I'll sign up. And then you'll sign up. And then like maybe you'll start talking to someone on there, and then maybe you won't take him too seriously. And then you'll meet him and you'll just run into him in real life. And you'll just be like, hey, or, and then that will happen. Or maybe one day you're going to watch a movie and you're going to say, I like this movie, I should read that book. Why haven't I read that book? And then you're going to go to the bookstore, you're going to pick up a book, and then you might like see someone there, or like, it's just going to be these random like events that happen in succession, where if you look back on it after the fact, you're going to see how everything played into each other, like these little just seemingly random stuff, like maybe someone from your past may message you who you haven't spoken to in years, like on social media, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey, let's hang out. And then you guys hang out, and then this is the new romantic partner. And it was just so random. Or maybe you would post something and they would like the post, or you would stumble upon their page, you would leave a comment, they would like your comment. Like it would just, it's going to be something that's just a succession of little events that are just seemingly random, but they're all going to lead to the same end result, the same person. So I'm not necessarily seeing this within the next 30 days. Some of you, this could be. Some of you, this could creep in at the very, very end of the next 30 days. But for most of you, I'm not seeing for the next 30 days. There's still a little bit of healing to be done with your boundaries and also with that wall that you built up around your heart after the last romantic partner that you had. There's still a little bit more of breaking down of that wall that needs to happen before these successive serendipitous events can occur. However, I'm seeing it as being very soon. It seems like less than a year. Less than a year. It may even be like just in a couple of months. It may even be in several weeks. But it's definitely not going to be longer than a year, I'm feeling. Okay, so I hope that helped you. Those are your messages. Let me know if that resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. So what can you expect for love in the next 30 days? So I want to start off by saying that before casting your cards, I had a vision of an airplane flying through heavy clouds. So what that's signified for me is a lot of movement, physical movement and emotional movement, fast movement when it comes to love, new love, love at a distance, and also with the clouds, it's a lot of mystery and it's going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to see it much before it comes. So what do we have happening here with this co-create card in reverse and also bookended with this deep knowing card? You have been getting a lot of intuitive downloads, and even in addition to that, a lot of pick a cards or readings, personal readings that have been foretelling of some male, or it could be a female, of course. But we have this masculine over here. So I'm probably going to keep referring to this person as a male, but make the energies resonate for you. They've been telling of this new romantic partner who is coming. You've been hearing about this for a while. You probably are sick of pick a card readings telling you of this new romantic partner who's coming in, and you're just looking around like, where? And you've also had your own intuition telling you this. If you also use divination tools yourself, they've probably been telling you this, and it's probably been annoying you. Either it's been annoying you because you don't want this person to come in, or it's been annoying you that this person hasn't come in yet and you've been hearing about it for a very long time. And also may be annoying you that it seems to be clouded in some mystery, because whereas usually you would be able to read very well for yourself or have very accurate and in-depth and detailed personal readings from other readers, with this topic it was always a little bit vague, especially when it came to timing. So this person lives in another city, because you're going to be traveling on an airplane to see them. They potentially could be traveling on an airplane to see you, because this is a general reading. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning that, but I feel heavily for like at least 90% of you guys that you're going to be the one traveling to this person. It seems like your spirit guides have been, of both of you, have been trying to get the two of you together for a while, but there was some sort of blockage. Some of you, it could be because either you or that person or both of them were entangled in some I'm hearing toxic romance. Okay, we also have this extremes card here. Um, Either you or this person were entangled in some toxic romance, and you had to entangle yourselves out of it before the energies could begin to align the two of you together. It's like the energies were put on hold before, until you could um separate yourself from this person, this ex, or him separating himself from his ex, before the energies could even begin to align the two of you together. There may have also been a period of healing for you or this person you're inquiring about. There is another pile that I did thus far about healing. If you were drawn to it and you watched it as well, that's just double confirmation that in between the time of your toxic ex and now, you were doing a lot of healing. So if you're drawn to that pile, it means that that's what was happening. But unlike that pile, I see your new romantic partner coming in much more swiftly than I was seeing with that other pile. And that's because you've done most of the work required. You've done pretty much all of the work required. That doesn't mean you're perfect, but you've done all of the work required, or the person you're inquiring about has done all of the work required for the two of you to get together. Okay, so there right, okay, in the next 30 days there's going to be a lot of random, like, serendipitous events that occur that seem almost out of nowhere, and a lot of them will seem too good to be true. Some of you I'm seeing, I just saw with this girl with the heart in her, sorry, with the star in her hand, that this person's going to send you a gift. They could send you some money virtually, like they can e-transfer you some money, or they can send you a gift via the mail. And this is going to make you very, very excited and happy. And this is going to be like the beginning of a relationship. It's like they're going to start off almost by like giving you flowers, or some gift that they'll send you, and it's going to make you very happy. At some point, okay, you know what? Before I get there, we have this extremes card next to this masculine. The masculine in this relationship has been dealing, and probably still is, because this is coming off at the beginning here of the spread with the second deck, and sorry, and I have now my throat chakra is getting a little like blocked, so that's probably significant. This person probably has a hard time opening up to people. They have a hard time talking about their problems, and I feel like they need someone to talk to. They really, really desperately need someone to talk to about their carnal problems. This person has a lot of carnal problems that they're dealing with. Maybe, my goodness, let me just take a sip of something. Okay. Maybe they drink too much. Maybe they party too much. Maybe they smoke too much. Maybe they have too much sex with too many partners. Maybe they gamble too much. Maybe they blow their money too much. Maybe they go to too many strip clubs. Maybe they're spending their money on too many hookers. They have some issues. Now, right away, I'm saying this, and some of you guys are going to be running for the hills, especially if you got that pile that I was referring to earlier, where I did say that the person you're going to attract is not going to have any problems. And if you resonated with both piles and you're here, you're just like, what are you talking about now? You just told me that the next person coming in is not going to have any problems. But of course, this is a general reading, and the people who resonated with that group and who didn't resonate with this group, that message will be applicable to them in its entirety or as much as possible for a general reading. And the reason why your reading would have been split is because some of that reading would have been applicable, but of course some of this one would be applicable, and especially when there's crossovers and when there's a differing, then it would usually be the pile that you resonated with the most. Which is another reason that I recommend, if you're drawn to two piles, first decide which pile is your primary pile, because that pile is going to have the bulk of your messages, and messages that don't really align with the other pile, the first pile that is your primary pile will overrule the secondary pile. That's just my advice for any pick a card that you do. But let's keep going, because some of you, this is your only pile, and I don't want to keep talking about the other one, but I feel like a good chunk of you, I'm seeing like a continuation here. So this person has some problems. I'm not going to lie to you. They need someone to help them. They need someone to talk to. They need help. And your spirit guides, both of your spirit guides, his and yours, have decided that you're just the perfect person to help them. It's like I see you radiating here this light and this happiness and this high vibrational frequency. And this person's operating a little bit more in their lower frequencies. And it's like almost as if you're going to help transmute these lower frequencies by simply being near them and by talking to them and allowing them to talk to you. Just being in your presence, being around you, this person's frequency is going to raise. Their standards is going to raise to match you. Which is another reason why you two are going to have to, I mean, of course, you can make up your own mind if you're going to take this relationship or not. But this is why I'm seeing a plane, and one of you, usually you, I'm seeing mostly you, going towards this other person, going to maybe live with them, or just going to visit them in their city, or maybe, I don't know, just being near them. Because it's something about your vibration that will increase theirs, being in proximity to them. Some of you already know this person because, again, we have him coming out very quickly. However, if you don't yet know this person, they're going to come through very quickly. This is definitely within the next 30 days, as opposed to the other pile. Sorry, I'm not going to mention it again after this. As opposed to that other pile, this one is definitely happening within the next 30 days. Within the next 30 days, I see you very probably getting things in order to go visit this person, either just for a vacation, a quick visit, or maybe you're going to pack up and fully move. But for most of you, I'm not really picking up a full packing up and moving. I'm picking up kind of like a vacation, but like an extended one for at least minimum 2 weeks, if not a bit longer. I that's what I'm seeing. Like, you guys may hop on a plane like within the next 30 days, or you're going to at very least book the flight within the next 30 days. And this is coming off again as a flight. It could be a train, but there's going to be some traveling that needs to be done. It could even be a car, but for most of you, I'm seeing a plane being necessary. So this whole relationship and this person is going to come out almost out of nowhere. I did mention that with the clouds, I was seeing it being covered in secrecy or mystery and coming out almost out of nowhere, that you didn't really, other than, of course, like I said, your intuitive downloads as well as psychic readings or pick a card readings were telling you this for a while. Other than that, it seemed to almost pop up out of nowhere, like you were expecting it for a long time because of what other people were telling you or because of what your own cards were telling you, but you had no idea when it would pop up and you had no idea who this person would be. And almost out of nowhere, this person like popped up with some sort of gift, some sort of offering to you. And it seemed almost random, but it in a way, it's like it was orchestrated by your spirit guides or by the universe. And another thing I'm feeling with this unexpected card is that you're going to be surprised how much you actually love this person, how much you actually relate to this person. Because even though I see them as having a lot of issues and their vibration being lower than yours, and first I want to clarify that, I mean, again, this is a general reading, but for most of you, I'm not seeing their vibration being lower in like a very, very toxic way where it's going to bring you down. You guys wouldn't have been able to come together in this group. I'm seeing your spirit guides wouldn't have brought you together unless you had enough boundaries set, and you had enough strong boundaries set. Again, this is hearkening to the other reading. Until you had enough strong boundaries set for you to be able to come towards this person and not be dragged down, for this person to be able to rise up. Hopefully that made sense. That's really what I'm seeing. So you're going to be surprised, despite their issues, how much you guys actually relate to each other and how much you guys actually care for each other. This could be a deep, deep friendship. This may not be romance. However, I am seeing a little bit of lust happening, especially on this guy's end. But it could just be a really strong, like, friendship. And I feel like this is your next relationship. It could be like friends with benefits, or it could just be really, really deep friendship with someone. I want to say of the opposite sex, but of course there are people who are homosexual. But like, for people who are heterosexual, this person is going to be someone of the opposite sex. So like, there's a potential there that you guys could hook up. You know, that's what I'm getting at. But you may not. But you definitely may. You guys could end up actually being in a real relationship, or guys could just be like really, really close friends. So there's definitely, like, over here, some increase. And I knew it. Okay. And underneath the deck, I just picked up your deck to spy because I kind of feel like I remember seeing this card. And your under deck energy for the Queen of the Moon Oracle was the Abundance card. So I'm seeing like an emotional abundance for the both of you, a strong friendship for the both of you. However, there may even be some financial abundance here, and it will be almost unexpected. The two of you may start working together. The two of you may start a business together. The two of you may work side by side. The two of you may live together, and pulling those financial resources will enable both of you to save money. I pulled out this Patience card, and I feel like, again, with this darkness here, it's like there's going to be a period of uncertainty. Which kind of makes sense, because when you meet this person, you're going to be like, are you serious? Like, yeah, they're cool, like, as a friend, but like maybe not a deep friend, like maybe not a best friend. I wouldn't want them as a best friend. And furthermore, maybe some of you guys might be thinking, I don't want them as a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They have problems that they need to handle first. So there's going to be like a period of a little bit of struggle, which I'm not going to lie. And that's going to happen, of course, when two people are operating at two levels. There's going to be a little bit of dissonance, a little bit of struggle. And here I pulled out the Wisdom card. You have a lot of wisdom to give this person. I feel like this person too is also very smart himself. Let me pull. Actually, no, I want to keep these here. Sorry, you can't see them, but I don't want to cover this. It's like you're going to gain a lot of higher spiritual knowledge by being with this person. Like, you're going to gain a lot of knowledge, hidden knowledge, maybe about the way the human mind works, especially if you resonate with being like a psychologist or a psychiatrist. It's like something about this person is going to like elevate your understanding of some things. But even if you're not, it's like some things about it could be the human mind or the spiritual realm that you're going to understand more. after spending time with this person. It's like they have some sort of knowledge that they're going to give you, and they could directly give it to you, but I feel like most of the knowledge is going to be indirect, just through their energy. I'm seeing it here with the cycles here of the moon. It's like through the energy that they're producing, it's like you're going to pick up on a lot of higher knowledge that needed to be unlocked. And I was thinking of a key, and then I looked over here and I saw this realization card with the keyhole. So it's like this person has some sort of key to unlock a higher level of spiritual advancement for you. And I just had a vision of a barren mother adopting a young troubled child, taking care of them for I don't know, several years or a couple years, whatever, how long, the amount of time is not important at all. Taking care of them for a certain amount of time, and then falling pregnant herself. That's a vision I just had. So it's like this person, taking care of this person and helping this person is going to unlock a new spiritual level on your spiritual journey. This is like a checkpoint. It's like another door to unlock. Yeah. And you're going to gain some wisdom that you didn't have before. Some of you are going to become more intuitive than you were before. Others of you are going to gain more healing powers than you had before, if you resonate with having healing powers. We have this discernment card. Again, we have all these clouds here. It's like the clouds are going to clear. You're going to, a lot of you guys are, your psychic abilities are going to increase after you help this person. Your ability to heal people, again, with these hands, like it looks like she's almost doing Reiki and creating a ball in her hands, which I think is what she's actually doing. Your healing capabilities are going to increase after you help this person. They're going to unlock another level of your spiritual advancement, and you're going to be able to bring them out of a rut. Yeah, this person's a key on your life plan, your life purpose. It's like they were put there before you incarnated to unlock a new level of your evolution and your activation. They're going to activate you. You're going to activate them, and they're going to activate you, but on different levels. So we have the All That Glitters card that fell out. There's going to be some issue here with this person. They're going to be someone who chases a lot of fleeting, carnal, 3D matrix forms of fleeting happiness. And all the aforementioned that I mentioned is probably things that they're going to have issues with. Never ending story. This person, my goodness. It's like they're chasing something that doesn't exist. We have the fates in reverse. This is like a higher power coming in to like use you to help them, and then at the same time use them to help you. Any final messages? Yeah, and again with that faith card, I'm seeing like this was written in before you incarnated. So this person's like an activation key. Anything else? Be cautious though. I want to tell you, be cautious of this person, because this is a general reading. For the vast majority of you guys, I'm not picking up a heavy energy, like I said, of this person pulling you down. But you have to be careful, because if you don't keep up those strong boundaries that you created previously, especially again if you resonate with the other group, if you don't keep up that strong boundary that you created, the strong foundation, then it can happen that this person can potentially pull you down. I really don't feel like your spirit guides will allow it to happen, but there's only so much that they can do. You it could happen. So don't be scared, right? Because, like I said, your spirit guides wouldn't have allowed you to align with this person until they knew that you were energetically strong enough and mentally strong enough to handle them. It's like the adoption agency wouldn't have allowed you to adopt one of their children, especially one of their troubled children, if you weren't, financially stable, if you didn't have a good profile, if you didn't have the temperament to be a mother. Harkening back to that analogy that I gave you, it's like that. However, keep in mind that even a saint, even a nun, can snap if they have an errant child in their charge who's not listening to them and if they're around them long enough. So don't be scared, because again, like I said, your spirit guides wouldn't have allowed you to align if they didn't think that you were ready to remain stable. Again, we see this girl sitting on top of this egg. She's stable here on this egg. And this guy is like, he has these two staffs, but it's like they could snap. They could snap. But you're like stable upon this egg that's pretty high up, and you can't really snap that egg. So you need to remain firm and nothing's going to happen. However, you should be cautious. You should approach this person with caution. Don't approach them like a puppy, like a puppy dog. Approach them like a grown dog. Like I was gonna name a breed of dog, but I know there's a lot of stigma, whatever. Some people might, but just approach them, or especially a domesticated dog versus like a feral dog, or a domesticated cat versus a feral cat. You won't approach a feral cat the same way you'll approach a domesticated cat. You may not be super afraid of them, even though they have claws. You're still much bigger than them, so if they like try to scratch you, you can just kick them. So I'm seeing you as being, higher than this person. So if they want to act like a child and have a temper tantrum, you can like not literally kick them, but like energetically, like just kick them, just like be like, okay, bye. Like just say, when you calm down, if you want to talk to me, then we can talk. It's like that. Or like a child who wants to throw a tantrum, you could say, okay, you can go to your room, and when you're calmed down, you can come downstairs because you're the adult. It's like that I'm seeing. But of course, you would still need to be a little cautious, because even though you might be able to kick the feral cat who can snap at you, it could still scratch you and do a little damage, right? So let's see, any last messages. And again, like I said, this is a general reading. Like I said, for most of you, I don't see this person, I don't see it being a huge problem, just something that needs caution. But for others of you, again, because this is a general reading, this might need a big warning sign with an exclamation mark, because this could be a very strong karmic partner. This person's a karmic partner regardless, but this type of karmic partner seems like a good one. This person is supposed to activate you. There's some last key. Well, not last key, but it seems like the last key that's needed until you reach like a really significant level of your spiritual evolution. And this person holds that key. Helping out this person holds that key. We have message in a bottle in reverse. Next to the fates in reverse, the messages are kind of similar. This is all orchestrated by your spirit guides. This was planned before you incarnated. I truly believe that with the energy I'm feeling and the cards that I'm laying out. Again, with this deep knowing card and co-create card, I'm really feeling that, and serendipity. Like everything is like saying this. But you have to be a little bit patient with this person here, and be patient with them during these darker periods, because it's not going to be all rainbows and sunshine with this person. But like I said, if you stay firm in your boundaries that you've set, then they shouldn't be able to weigh you down. They're going to be like a child. You're going to be like the adult. You can, if they have a tantrum, you just tell them, okay, cool down, and text me when you're through. And yeah, that's it. And then they're going to cool down, and they're going to get themselves in check in order to please you. They're going to want to please you. Again, I see this girl here with the little star. It's like they're going to want to please you. They're going to give you gifts. This person may make a good amount of money, because I remember we had the abundance card. Again, with that, all that glitters, and it's like they're going to change from spending money on useless things, and they may even spend money on you. And your final card, we have to the sea. So this just reiterates exactly what I said at the beginning when I saw the vision of the plane. You're going to be traveling to see them very soon. I feel like within the next 30 days, you're either going to be traveling to see them, or you're going to be at least be booking the flight, or at the very, very least, because this is a general reading, you guys are going to be seriously talking about you traveling to see them, and maybe you're going to have to make some room in your work schedule, and you guys are going to at least set a date within the next 30 days. If not, for some of you, actually buying the ticket, and if not, for some of you, actually traveling within the next 30 days. Okay, so I hope that helped you. Let me know if that resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 4. Welcome to your reading. So before I cast your cards, I saw a vision of someone in a car driving along I saw a mixture of a coastline in the distance, driving parallel along it. And I also saw like a smaller road, like a 2-lane road with a little bit of trees on the side. I saw the windows down. I saw a lot of wind. This person was driving very quickly, rather quickly, down this road. And I zoomed in on their face, and at one point I saw this person smiling and being happy and laughing. At another point, I saw this person just being neutral. So to me, that meant that there are 2 groups of you. One who's going to be very happy about this, the other who's just going to be very neutral and matter of fact about it. Some of you, I saw some kids in the back. Others of you, I saw you alone. And I actually also saw some of you with a passenger, but it could have been a friend, especially a friend of the opposite sex. And if you're a female, I saw the female driving. So within the next 30 days, you guys are going to be moving, probably moving homes. You guys really are going to be moving homes. Some of you are going to be moving to a completely different city, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. You're just packing up and you're moving. You were very purposeful in this vision that I saw. And at first I thought it was like a vacation, especially when I saw some of you who were smiling. But with these cards, it seems like an end of a relationship. So it's not a vacation, it's moving on from a relationship. If you resonate with living with your romantic partner, you guys have already broken up, or you will within the next 30 days. And you are going to be moving. It's not the other person. I very clearly saw you, especially if you're a female watching this, because I saw a female. With this time to move on card, and next to the Yang card, it's very obvious. You guys are deciding that it's time to move on, time to leave. Now, as soon as I said that, I heard that for some of you, it's not necessarily that you're going to be leaving a relationship within the next 3 days. For some of you, I'm seeing you having a pull to just leave your city, leave your town, leave where you live and move. The city, the town, wherever you live is not working for you. You don't have a lot of romantic prospects there. You may not even have the career that you want there. You may not get paid what you want there. Some of you guys, this is not your birth city, and you tried the city for a couple of years and you're finally deciding, okay, it's not working. And within the next 3 days, you're going to pack up and you're going to leave. You're going to move to another city. This seems like another city for most of you. For some of you, it could be just moving homes within the same city, but like a general reading here. most of you, I'm going to continue talking about this as if it's to another city, because it feels like that for most of you guys. So for some of you, like I said, it's not necessarily moving like from a breakup right away, but for some of you, it's a breakup that's propelling this move, and that's taking up the most of your time within the next 30 days in terms of love. So if you do resonate with breaking up with a partner, especially if you live with this person, then that's what's coming for you in love. It's a breakup and a moving out of their house and moving to your own place, potentially moving to another city, and being very contented about it, because the fighting that was happening with this person was just through the roof. We have this all that glitters card next to here and the now. With this combo, what I was seeing is that someone who was looking at the potential that this relationship had, looking at the potential that this romantic partner had, and hoping that this person would change, hoping that your relationship would get better, hoping that you guys would stop fighting, and hoping that one day you guys could settle down and actually be together, contented, happy, in harmony. And then finally deciding, you know what, I'm wasting away my life. Some of you I'm hearing I'm wasting away my 20s. Some of you I'm hearing you're in the beginning of your 30s. As soon as I saw that, you're like between 30 and 32. And you're like, I'm wasting away my prime years, especially with that big egg there. Some of you guys are like, my reproductive clock is ticking, wasting time on this person. It's either this person didn't want it, wasn't committing at the level that you wanted them to commit, or you guys were just fighting and you just decide, you know what, this is not working. At one point we were in harmony, we got along very well. At one point our relationship was great, but now I really have to face the facts. It seems like a hard, like, facing the facts, especially with these masks, like taking off the masks. Like, once upon a time the relationship was great, but now you have to face the facts that it's dead, and you've been holding on to something that was dead, hoping that in the future that it would get better. But you're looking now at the present and you're just like, I don't think it's going to get better in the future. I need to take my present back because I'm wasting my time. So you guys are going to decide that you're done wasting your time. You don't want to waste your time anymore. You're going to move. We have this to the sea card. We have between worlds. You're in a transition between relationships. You're not going to get back into another relationship within these next 30 days. You're going to be single. You're going to be breaking ties with an ex-romantic partner if you resonate with currently being in a relationship with someone, or having recently broken up with someone who still lives in your neighborhood, or who you still live with, or who still lives in your city and who you still see from time to time. Is just the energy of the city or the energy of the neighborhood is spoilt for you because of this ex, and you're deciding that you need to leave because it's just spoiled. Some of you, like, you're sort of anxious whenever you have to go to a certain neighborhood because you know they live around there, and within these next 30 days I see you just getting like a little fed up, like, why am I living my life like this, walking on eggshells, thinking I might see them or see their family or something like that. And you're going to want to just leave. Some of you guys moved to this new city to be with this person. This is not your original city. This is not where you're from. You moved here to be with this person, and you're going to be moving back. And others of you, like I said, I feel like there is an ex though for all of you. If it's not a very, very recent ex, like who you're going to break up with within these next 30 days, or who you just broke up with like last week, if it's not that, it could be the last ex you had, who maybe within the last year, who just spoiled the city or that neighborhood for you. And in some way, either like very immediately or a little bit more in the past, in some manner, there is an ex propelling and driving this move. But I don't feel like they're the only reason, but they're a big reason. It's just you want to change, you want something new. There may also be career related to it as well. Career is not taking off. You just feel like you need a fresh start. We have this new moon beginnings card here. You feel like you need a fresh start, and with the surrender card, you're just saying enough is enough with this place. Enough is enough with this person. Some of you have been trying. Some of you guys have been going back and forth with this relationship, on again, off again, on again, off again, and you've had enough. Now it's off for good. And you're searching for a new beginning elsewhere, a fresh start. That's what it is. You're searching for a fresh start. So you're going to be focusing on yourself. This next 3 days is going to be this whole moving thing. After that, it's going to be about focusing on yourself. You're going to be focusing on your career with this creation card. You may even start your own business, start working on your side business if you have a side business. With this creation card next to the masculine card here, you're going to be focusing on your masculine side as opposed to focusing on men. Not anymore. Before, again, this is a general reading. Make the energies resonate for you if it was a female you're leaving. But for most of you, it's like a man you were leaving. And now you're going to be focusing less on that man in your life or men in general. Some of you are just done with men in general. And you're going to be focusing on being in your own masculine energy. So working on yourself, getting your own jobs if you were financially reliant on this person, getting your own place if you were living with this person, getting your own stuff, your own furniture if it was their furniture, getting your own clothes if they bought most of your clothes, just finding your own independence and creating a life for yourself, by yourself. You're focusing on yourself. Some of you may even apply for school. Some of you are leaving because you applied for a school that was in another city and you got in, so you're moving there now. Others of you will apply to a school in the new city. But I see a fresh start in a new city, a new place, and a new job I'm seeing, or like a business that you're nurturing more. You're just going to be grinding and you're going to be content about it. I see you being much happier. It's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. It's like you're emerging from this mountain of like what you thought was gold, what you were hoping would turn into solid gold in the future, because this is like dust. So like what I'm seeing is that you were playing, or not really playing, but trying to survive in this mountain of little gold foil pieces, hoping that it would turn into solid gold bars in the future. But it never did. And then you just said enough is enough. Like, I'm just going to go over there, even though there's no gold over there. Or you never know. I feel like you guys were saying, you know what, there may be gold over there. There may be solid gold over there. But you know what? Above all, I'm going to just stop trying to chase this gold that looks like this. I'm going to chase something that is like a cornucopia, not just gold. I'm going to chase everything else, the abundance in every other area of my life, and not just trying to chase the gold in the romance sector of my life. It's like you were focused on this relationship for too long. And now you're saying, I'm going to go out into the world. I've been buried in this for a long time, hoping it would turn into real gold bars. I'm going to go out into the world and search for other types of cornucopia, other types of nourishment and sustenance. And your underdeck energy, I actually thought it was the nourishment card. I was hoping it was, but it wasn't. But it's this blossoming card. So you're going to be blossoming on your own. You were tied to this person for too long. You were tied to an old identity for too long. You're also tied to this location for too long. You just had enough of it. So you guys are going to go off by yourself, find your own peace, find yourself again. This is like rediscovering yourself, who you truly are, what you want to do with your life separate of this person. Some of you guys recently got a divorce, which is making this all the more of like a cleaner getaway. You separated all your assets, the divorce finalized, or you guys got legally separated, and now you're leaving. You're fine because you were with this person for too many years, and now you have to go or you get to go, because I feel like this is just new energy where you're just happy about it. Like you get to go brush up your old resume, dust it off, and go job hunting, because maybe you weren't really working that much when you were with this person. You get to go do those activities that you wanted to do before that this person never liked to do, and you had to put off. Some of you guys, I'm seeing you left some sort of creative activity that you used to do. It could be creative, or it could be any kind of activity that you used to like to do, and you left it because this person didn't really like you spending much time doing it, or they didn't like doing it with you. And I see you taking it up again, taking up old things again and making it new. So take new jobs, but like taking up working again if you weren't working for a while. Taking up a business that like you thought about starting for a while, but you weren't really putting much energy into. I see you putting more energy into it, like rejuvenation. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of rejuvenation of old things that were left to rot in a way. This could even be old friends, especially if you're moving back to your old city. These are like old friends who like friendship that like went sour, went stale, because you weren't nurturing it anymore, because you were spending a lot of your time on this person. And I see you going back, nurturing these old relationships. This could be family as well, nurturing this family who you haven't spoken to in a while. Okay, so I'm just going to see if there's any final messages, but I feel like I pretty much got it all. Okay, I'm hearing that I should use the other deck, so let's see. Any final messages for part 4? There we go. Wisdom. You learned a lot from this relationship. It wasn't all in vain. It wasn't all in vain. You learned a lot. You learned about your self-worth. You learned about your boundaries, what you will and will not take. You learned that you shouldn't live in the future. You learned that you should live for the now. This is very like Eat, Pray, Love energy. I never read the book, but I watched the movie, and it's coming off like that. Like, you know, you left a husband. You might even go traveling the world, but before you do that, I see you're getting your own place and you're establishing yourself elsewhere. Power. You're stepping into your own power now. It's no longer are you allowing someone else to have power over you and to dictate your life. Because I do see some things that were left in the past that went stale. Like I said, family, relationships, friendships, hobbies, creative things that you like to do. I'm seeing some things that went stale during the time that you were with this person. Then we have will. So you're going to be doing what you will now. What you will, you don't have to consult anyone anymore. For like the first time in a long time, you don't have to consult anyone anymore to do what you will. You're going to do what you want. A lot of you guys, again, are going to be going back to school. A lot of you guys are going to pick up reading again. And a lot, like I said, you learned a lot from this relationship. So it wasn't in vain. You definitely learned a lot. But now you're going to be focused on yourself. You're going to be focused on your yang energy. We have the yang and the masculine. They're like essentially the same thing. The yang and the masculine. You're going to be in your own masculine energy now. No more relying on men to give you that masculine support. You're going to be supporting yourself, okay? So those are your messages. I hope that resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading.